Struggling to get your business noticed on Google Maps? Well, you're not alone. I've worked with thousands of business owners and they know that mastering local SEO might be the very key to staying ahead, keeping afloat, and stopping competitors stealing your customers. What if I told you there's an easier, quicker, simple way to get your business more optimized so you can get ahead of your competitors? And that's regardless of whether you're a beginner or an expert. Because if you don't take action now, your business may not be found. It could just disappear in the local results and never found again. And that would leave you invisible to potential customers and just in effect disappearing overnight. So in this video, I'm going to meet you exactly where you are in your level of building your optimization. Are you a timid Tom? Maybe a conflicting Carl? Or possibly an expert Emma? Well, let's take the first one. Are you a timid Tom? So what's a timid Tom? Well, timid Tom, he's hesitant to get started. He's worried about making mistakes. The fear of doing something wrong just puts him off even starting to add his profile to Google Business. He just procrastinates, and he may have even added his business in the past. He's not even that sure now. So then he gets caught up in things like duplicated profiles, where suddenly he gets suspended because it looks like he's added his business twice to Google Maps. Now, if you can relate to this type of person, you're not alone. The fear of failure often holds business owners back. But the good news is you don't have to be stuck. First of all, there's a 4-minute video that I'll put a link to, and that's just going to help you make sure you put your profile on Google Maps the correct way. And in that way, then you'll avoid any trouble in the future. The second thing is I've made a playlist on YouTube, especially for you. If you're just starting out, if you're a beginner and you really want to build confidence, then I'll put a playlist link as well that you can go to after this video. It'll be in the description below, and you can just go onto that, watch those videos. They're going to give you that confidence. And the third thing you can do is I've got a nice little actionable download for you that's free. So if you head to the link, which I'll put down below, you can then download this PDF. It's called 5 Actionable Ways to Reach #1 on Google. And you just follow it through, and that'll help you dominate your area on Google Business. So if you're a timid Tom, those 3 things are going to get you off to a great start. They'll build your confidence, and it will also give you an understanding so that you can then really progress your Google Business profile in the coming months. But let's assume you've already registered your business. You've got a reasonable understanding. So maybe you're more like a conflicted Carl. And the problem is you don't quite know what to do next. And most business owners I meet are like a conflicted Carl. And if I'm really honest, I was the same as well a few years ago. I didn't really know what information to believe. You go onto YouTube, you go onto the internet, there's so much advice out there, but a lot of it's conflicting advice. And that's where it becomes really tricky. I used to read articles and blogs, and then I'd go and start to optimize my business, and it just didn't agree with what other things I was reading. And then I was worried that maybe it'd be grey hat or black hat, where in the end it suspends my business. I was trying to get quick wins, but it didn't seem to tie in really with what the guidelines said on Google. And in the end, I just became a bit confused and just wondered, where do I go next? The sheer volume of advice out there. Maybe you've come across things like, should you geotag your images? Or should you just have 1 primary category? Or should you have all 10 using 9 secondary categories on your Google Business profile? What about keywords? Do they really work when you add them to your posts and your offers on Google Business profiles? Or maybe something like, should you show your address or not? And do reviews really impact the algorithm? They're all questions that we've all asked, but there are some clear answers to those questions. So I put another video together, this one here, and that just showed you some of those conflicting things that people are really concerned about. So I've just made it much clearer as to what you should and shouldn't be doing at this time. It clears up all the big mistakes that most people make. And the whole thing can just feel a bit overwhelming. So what I've done is I've got 3 things here for you. If you're a conflicting Carl, then first of all, make sure you don't miss that 75-minute workshop that I did earlier in the year, because that will give you the ability to get loads of more reviews in. And reviews do make a massive difference, not always to the algorithm, but they make a human difference. You'll find customers and clients really do look at good 5-star reviews, they read them and they respond to them. So there's a really easy way, a few strategies I've put together in a workshop. So if you haven't tried that yet, then I'll put a link down below for that workshop. The second thing you want to do is to download this guide called the 7 Quick Tweaks to Double Your Local Google Business Traffic. And that's just got lots of actionable tips that you can then use, and they go straight to your inbox. It's free, so you can download that as well. I'll put a link down below for you on that. And the third thing is you need to also be able to know whether the things that you're doing to your profile as you optimize your website, as you optimize your Google Business Profile, are they working? So are you actually getting extra traffic through on the keywords you're trying to work with? So to check that out, you need to make sure you've got a rank checker. Now there's a free one. So again, I'll put a link to this, and it tracks the progress. So you can hold yourself accountable to the progress you're making. And in that way, then you get a consistent, measurable way of knowing whether the efforts you're putting in and your optimizations are working. So I'll put a link to that below too. And when you follow those plans, you'll find that you'll then really start to become more of an expert when it comes to your Google Business Profile. But some of you may have already done all those things. You've moved the needle. You're now really in effect an expert. You do understand local SEO. You know that Google Business Profile is so useful that you don't need Google Ads. You can just really run off a well-optimized Google Business Profile. There's enough traffic coming in from the search engine, from Google Maps, to really sustain most businesses locally. So if you're at that stage, then you're probably an expert Emma. She's really got the hang of things. She's on top of it. In fact, she's so good, she probably even helps others with their business profile. Maybe she even offers to optimize them too. So that's expert Emma. She's probably already taken my courses. She's probably already tried the workshop, and she's using the information she's found from that. But even experts need a boost. And this is what I would give an expert Emma. And this is ideal for you if you really want to get ahead over the next few months. It's an area that I put together for experts. Now look at what one expert says. He says regarding my membership area that he just loved it. He put here, your members only section with content like this is so worth it. So if you haven't joined my membership area, it's just a few dollars. And all it is it just gives you access to all my latest tips, my videos, my hacks, my strategies, behind the scenes footage, interviews, workshops. You'll stay ahead of all the competition because it's got exclusive content you can't get on YouTube there. The second thing you want to try then is to check out my resources page. So on here is all the freebies I've ever done, plus a few other things as well that you can download to help you if you get issues and problems. But there, go to my resources page and you'll see my strategies, a whole dedicated page to helping you if you're an expert. And finally, the third thing you can do is book a call with me, because even experts like to bounce questions off me, see the strategies I use, perhaps have questions that are unique to their setup. If you want to analyze your business with me, then you can just click a button below and you'll be able to then dive deeper and share screens with me so we can solve specific challenges together. So whether you're a timid Tom, a conflicted Carl, or an expert Emma, we can all benefit from learning more things. So if you want to learn more, what about that membership I mentioned earlier? Head over to here and you're going to get some real expert advice. No matter whether you're a beginner or an expert, this is going to be really helpful. So I'll see you here next.